the Zawati family. We're going to celebrate the second day of Kwanzaa, Kujichagulia.
Peace, family. Yes, tonight we gather on the second day of Kwanzaa to celebrate and express our commitment and practice of the second principle of the Nguzu Saba, Kujichagulia, self-determination, to define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves.
Habaragani.
Kujichagulia.
Habaragani family, we are celebrating the second day of Kwanzaa, Kujichagulia, in 2021. We are going to start out, as we do all of our Kwanzaa ceremonies, with a libation. This is the Tamshila Tambiko. My daughter will read the Tamshila Tambiko, and as she gets to certain pauses, I will pour this libation and we will all respond, Ashe. Feel free to say Ashe at home. It's just an acknowledgement of the atmosphere, the spirit, acknowledgement of the ideas that we present with every statement.
Our fathers and mothers came here, lived, loved, struggled, and built here. At this place, their love and labor rose like the sun and gave strength and meaning to the day. For them then, who gave so much, we give in return. On this same soil, we will sow our seeds and build and move in unity and strength. Here too, we will continue their struggle for liberation and a higher level of human life. May our eyes be the eagle, our strength be the elephant, and the boldness of our life be like the lion. And may we remember and honor our ancestors and the legacy they left for as long as the sun shines and the waters flow. For our people everywhere then, for Shaka, Samari, and Nzinga, and all the others known and unknown who defended our ancestral land, history, and humanity from alien invaders.
Ashe.
Ashe.
For Garvey, Muhammad, Malcolm, and King, Harriet, Fannie Lou, Sojourner, Bethune, and Nat Turner, and all the others who dare to define, defend, and develop our interests as a people. Ashe.
Ashe.
For our children and the fuller and freer lives they will live because we struggle. Ashe.
Ashe.
For Kawaida and the Nguzu Saba, the new system of views and values which gives identity, purpose, and direction to our lives. Ashe.
Ashe.
For the new world we struggle to build.
Ashe.
And for the continuing struggle through which we are inevitably rescue and reconstruct our history and humanity in our own image and according to our own needs. Ashe.
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 Habarigani, family.
Kujichagulia.
Habarigani to you. We are here on the second day of Kwanzaa to celebrate. What is the principle?
Kujichagulia.
And what does that mean, Ozari?
Self-determination.
That's right, self-determination. Now, we're going to do the lighting of the candles. Yesterday, we lit what candle? Do you know?
Black.
The black candle, right? And that represents the principle of what?
Umoja.
Umoja, that's right. Umoja means
Unity.
right? That's the first candle we light on the first day of Kwanzaa. But today we're going to light the red candle for Kujichagulia. But before we do that, we want to share with you, this is our Kwanzaa table. Kwanzaa Charlotte does a wonderful job of displaying all the principles on the Kwanzaa table. And we want to explain to you what's on the Kwanzaa table, what these principles stand for. And when you make your Kwanzaa table at home, you'll make sure you have these principles too. Right, Jasira?
Right.
Okay, so.
Okay, so first we have our mkeka, which is our mat, which represents our foundation, and that's why we put everything on top of our mat. And second, we have our candle holder, our kanara, which represents our people who hold our 7 strong candles, which represent our 7 strong principles.
Awesome. And then next we have the fruits and vegetables, which is called the mazao. This represents our harvest and all of our hard work throughout the year. Next we have the ears of corn on our table, which is called the mohindi. Is you put 1 for each child in your home. Then you have the kakumbe cha umoja, or the unity cup, and you share a drink out of the unity cup during your Kwanzaa celebration.
When you do the libation, right? We
Right.
use that at the beginning for the libation, right,
Right.
Jasira? Yeah.
Okay. Then we have the Zawati, which
Represents the gifts, right?
which represents the gifts and love and labor of the parents and the promises made and kept by the children.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yes.
That was
And so these are the principles that are on our Kwanzaa table. And now it's time to light our candles. All right, we're going to light the candle. And the first night of Kwanzaa, we lit the candle for?
Umoja.
All right, everybody connect with each other. Put your hands on one another, right? We want to be connected when we light this candle for Umoja.
No, not the.
Yep, you want to help light it? Good job, Niatu. And the second one for Kujichagalia. Awesome. Yes.
That's bigger than that one.
I'm Ozari Jazar, and I will be reciting a poem called I Choose. I choose to live by choice, not by chance. To be motivated, not manipulated. To be useful, not used. To make changes, not excuses. To excel, not compete. I choose self-esteem over self-pity. I choose to listen to my inner voice, not the random opinion of others. So have Kujichagulia, my sisters and my brothers. Thank you.
Abaragani, I'm so excited because Kwanzaa is upon us. It is coming soon. It's one of my favorite times of the year. So I just want to formally say happy Kwanzaa. My name is Amin Kush. I am a youth activist in the Atlanta area. I'm also an author. So I just wanted to give you guys the greetings as we move into that time of year. I just wanted to share a quick selection with you all that I think you will enjoy. And it is about 2 African leaders. And when I say African, I always, in my mind, I look at us from the whole diaspora, whether you are of African descent in the United States, the Caribbean, South America, or a part of the actual continent of Africa. And so I'm going to highlight 2 leaders, Toussaint Overture, which is the Haitian leader, the famous Haitian leader who helped for the Haitian Revolution against the French. And then also Alado Equiano, who wrote actually one of the first published diaries of his experiences while being enslaved, that just helped to really put a light on the tragedy and harshness of slavery globally and inspire many to do the same. I took it really simple. This is a book that I picked up. It's called Timelines from Black History, Leaders, Legends, and Legacies. Man, this book is incredible in terms of, just the information, the people that they they talk about it. And you can see right here, I know I'm using my phone, so it's not as clear, but you should be able to get a sense. Each item in this book, they highlight a leader, and then they take dates. If I get really close, you can probably see it, the dates down there, and they tell something about that leader that happened on that specific date, which is pretty incredible, right? And if I flip through, that one was Alato Equiano, but the same thing with Frederick Douglass. You can see this big picture of him and then all of these important dates. So I just thought it was pretty cool. So I took Toussaint Overture and Alato Equiano, and I was working with my daughter. I got to give her props as she helped to write the selection that I'm about to do. So the selection is called Use Your Voice, and it's a call and response. You know, I've been writing for years in terms of whether it's, you know, songwriting with rap lyrics and or just spoken word poetry. So it's just an easy way for everybody to chime in and kind of join and learn something at the same time. So I'll give a line and pause and kind of say it so that you're repeating that line back to me. Can we do that? We can do that. Yes, we can. Here we go. So again, use your voice. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Alato Equiano and Toussaint Overture. All right, here we go. So I was kidnapped at 11 years old. I was kidnapped at 11 years old. I have a story that must be told. I have a story that must be told. Africa, then to Virginia soul. Africa, then to Virginia soul. My family for pieces of gold. My family for pieces of gold. They changed my name to Gustavus. They changed my name to Gustavus. Every time I heard it, it made me nervous. Every time I heard it, it made me nervous. I sold sugar for about 3 years. I sold sugar for about 3 years. Bought my freedom, then I saw things clear. Bought my freedom, then I saw things clear. I am a lotto and I changed the world. I am a lotto and I changed the world. All of the boys and all the girls. All of the boys and all the girls. I was taught how to read and write. I was taught how to read and write. Even wrote a book to help us unite. Wrote a book to help us unite. Come on, use your power, use your voice. Use your power, use your voice. They brought change, they made that choice. They brought change, they made that choice. Toussaint Equiano, Toussaint Equiano. Two leaders we have to follow. Two leaders we have to follow. Come on, Toussaint was a Haitian leader. Toussaint was a Haitian leader. Help free the people killed overseers. Help free the people killed overseers. Grew up on a plantation. Grew up on a plantation. Got free, traveled the whole nation. Got free, traveled the whole nation. Before I was free, I did work well. Before I was free, I did work well. French had me caught up in a spell. French had me caught up in a spell. I got free, so I had to help others. I got free, so I had to help others. We need change for my sister and brothers. We need change for my sisters and brothers. I am a military commander. I am a military commander. Fight for freedom, then we found the answer. Fight for freedom, then we found the answer. We won, no one did it before. We won, no one did it before. The French gave up, but they couldn't ignore. The French gave up and they couldn't ignore. Come on, use your power, use your voice. Use your power, use your voice. They brought change and made that choice. They brought change and made that choice. Toussaint and Equiano. Toussaint and Equiano. Two leaders we have to follow. Two leaders we have to follow. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Just a little something in the spirit of practicing and celebrating Kwanzaa. These are the things that I think all of us can do and should do to help make traditions with the youth, with ourselves as we congregate and celebrate and elevate the season. So again, I am Amin Kush. I enjoyed being a part of this celebration and hope to see you all soon.
Habaragani.
Kujichagulia.
Yes, Kujichagulia. Self-determination to name, to define, to speak, to create for ourselves. Kujichagulia, as far as I'm concerned, is probably one of the most important principles of Kwanzaa. Although they all are so important, Kujichagulia sets the foundation for what is needed for us as a community. because we understand that Kwanzaa is not just celebration of the individual, it's a celebration of the community, of all of us together, what it takes as individuals to connect with each other and to find out, to celebrate, I should say, who we are, celebrate our labors, celebrate our connectiveness and the necessity of what it means to be a community. So what does that, how do we come to this Kujichagulia? We have to first define ourselves, right? So that means we find out what are the unique characteristics, unique principles that make up who we are. We study who are we. We study ourselves individually, but most importantly, we study ourselves collectively. We look throughout history, we look more contemporarily, and we study who we seek to be, what is necessary for us to be strong, to be a strong community. We also have to name ourselves. That means we look at what we have found out, what are those characteristics and principles, and find a apt name that can reflect those characteristics and principles. Right? So we name ourselves. The next step is to create ourselves. What does it mean to create ourselves? Well, creation is defined as to bring something into existence coming from your own thought and imagination. That means we found these characteristics. We've looked inside ourselves. We looked at our history. We looked at what we want from ourselves, and we've named that we have found. And now we need to produce something. We need to bring something into being. You know, who are we? What do we want to see from ourselves? And what do we see in ourselves? After we create that which we have identified and that which we have named, we go into the next step of speaking for ourselves. And although you think about speaking for yourself as just using your voice, but the act of speaking for yourself is a way of taking that creation and giving it motion, right? Bringing it out into the world. So we are speaking for ourselves. We're taking that unique essence of who we are and putting it into motion. We're energizing, activating it. Whether we use our voice, whether we use art, whether we use different other modes of invention even. It is a reflection of our bringing out our creation. The Kwanzaa Principle, or the Kwanzaa message for 2021, is practicing Kwanzaa and the 7 principles daily to ensure a better world, right? To ensure a better world. If we as a people practice these principles, if we truly embody Kujichagulia, self-determination, if we bring the uniqueness and creativity out of ourselves into the world, then we will, without a doubt, continue to ensure the greater world, ensure betterment in this world. So families, if you're seeing this video on the second day of Kwanzaa, Kujichagulia, be sure to practice daily. To understand that we're practicing at the end of the year because we are ensuring that we start the new year with these principles. And remind ourselves that these principles are so important to bringing stronger communities, stronger families. So, with that, I'd like to say Abaragani.
Kujichagulia!
This is the Tamshi La Tutonana, the farewell statement. We strive for discipline, dedication, and achievement in all you do. Dare struggle and sacrifice and gain the strength that comes from this. Build where you are and dare leave a legacy that will last as long as the sun shines and the waters flow. Practice daily, umoja, Kujichagulia, Ujima, Ujama, Nia, Kuumba, and Imani. And may the wisdom of the ancestors always walk with us. May the year's end meet us laughing and stronger. May our children honor us by following our example in love and struggle. And at the end of the next year, may we sit again together in larger numbers with greater achievement and closer to liberation and a higher level of human life. Now we're going to do 7 strong Harambes. We reach up in the sky and we pull down, because Harambe is Swahili for let's pull together. Right. So we'll do 7 strong Harambes, and on the last one, we hold that Harambe as long as we can and as loud as we can. All right? So everybody, let's go. Harambe! 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 All right, families, thank you for celebrating the second day of Kwanzaa with the Jazar family and Kwanzaa Charlotte.
Yes.
Kujichagulia.
You mean Habargani Kujichagalia.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So we just want to give our sincerest and warmest thanks to everybody who tuned in, and hope that we've been able to shed a little more light for those who don't know much about Kwanzaa, about Kujichagulia.
Yes.
Self-determination.
Yes. And we're part of Kwanzaa Charlotte, and we're offering this virtual Kwanzaa, understanding that we want to maintain safety, right? We're in a season where we're trying to maintain our distance. We want to be in person, but this year we're virtual, which is just as good. If you go to our Facebook page or our website, KwanzaaCharlotte.com, you can see all the events that we'll have throughout the Kwanzaa season, what's left to celebrate for Kwanzaa, and to learn a little bit more about what Kwanzaa Charlotte does to bring these free programming to our community.